This is Breakfast with Bob.
Cue Poncho Man. Welcome back, Breakfast with Bob from Kona and Huggo's on the Rocks. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels Go Longer, HOKA Let's Fly, deboer wetsuits, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, the original triathlon brand, Quintana Roo, Premium Plus Sports, and of course our Challenge Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, Skye Moench, joins us. Skye, how are you?
I'm doing great, Bob. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure. So this year you're staying in town.
No, this year we're staying in Waikoloa.
Oh, you're saying you used to stay in town.
Last year I stayed in town. I've only been here twice now.
Right.
So, yeah.
And how was the experience last year?
You know, it was good. Learned a lot. And
Top 10, 9th place. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But I think I can do a bit better than that. So that's what I'm hoping for this weekend.
How has Skye Moench changed as an athlete between last year and this year?
Oh, actually, a lot has changed. After last year, I realized actually some big things needed to change if I wanted to continue to progress and have the sport be sustainable for me. So I made some changes to my team. I'm working with a new coach this year. Yeah, some big changes, but it's been really good, and I feel great. So I'm excited to be back.
And this season, when I look at these, you know, you're second at 70.3 St. George and fifth at 70.3 Chattanooga. Frankfurt, second place. That was an impressive day.
Yeah, Frankfurt. Oh, man, I was leading that race until, I don't know, the fourth lap on the run or something, and Sarah True caught me. So it was a good day, but of course I was devastated once I lost the lead.
Because you have it for, it's like you're taking ownership.
Yeah.
And this is my race.
Yeah, it was
my race. And what are you doing?
Yeah, it was my race, and then I started feeling a little funny and got a little worried because I don't know if you remember in 2019, Sarah True passed out.
I remember Sarah True leading the race.
Yeah, she didn't make it to the finish line, so I thought, oh, how poetic would this be if Sarah True's chasing me now and I don't make it to the finish.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But I made it, second place.
Second place,
yeah.
And nothing wrong with a 3:03 off the bike.
Yeah, I was hoping to run faster, but 3:03 is solid for not the best run of my life. So.
Well, and then when you're jumping in those PTO events,
yes,
that's dumping in the deep end. You got a lot of Olympians and really, really fast people, and you're focused on long distance.
Ironman.
You're focused on Ironman.
Yeah, the PTO races, though, they're so much fun. I mean, I loved going to the U.S. Open and just pushing myself as hard as I could. Literally, my main objective was just don't let off the gas all day because I get really comfortable with that Ironman pace, and PTO is about 5 paces ahead of Ironman pace. So that was my goal, and I checked that off at the U.S. Open and had a lot of fun.
So I remember when we were chatting in St. George. We were chatting in St. George, and we were in Zion's Bank.
Yeah.
And you were like, I used to be a teller at Zion's Bank. And I don't think people realize, I think people think that a lot of our pros that were identified when they were younger and put through the Olympic, their identity, you're going to be a long-distance triathlete, let us fund you. Nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah, no, and I honestly have to remind myself of that sometimes, not to give myself an excuse or an out or anything, but I didn't start an elite level sporting career until I was about 27, which is 8 years ago.
Because you already had your CPA, right?
Yeah, I went to school, I worked many jobs in college. I did not grow up an elite athlete at all. I didn't run, swim, anything in college. So yeah, this is all pretty recent. So when people who are, been doing this for 20 plus years, their entire life, are beating me, sometimes I'm like, okay, Skye, look how far you've come though.
Absolutely. Because I remember you telling me that mom and dad basically said, hey, if you want to go to college, you're going to have to fund it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you cleaned houses, you worked as a teller.
Yeah.
To fund your way through college and graduated your CPA and owed nothing.
Yeah, I graduated debt-free, which gave me a lot of financial freedom. And honestly, that's set me up to be able to do this quite responsibly. Because once I graduated, anything I made was, I was a really good saver. Being an accountant, I'm pretty risk-averse and good with money and spreadsheets. So everything was planned. I had a lot of savings, and so it was very calculated when it came time to pursue triathlon. I was like, okay, here's how much this is going to cost. Here's how much I need to make. So yeah, everything was financially planned to do this. And let me tell you, it's been very expensive, but
This is an expensive, it's an expensive profession.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it is. Even as a pro, you know, I'm so grateful. I have some awesome sponsors and I feel well supported, but it's like the longer I do it, the more I spend, because I don't know, the more you get into it and the more support you have, then you're like, okay, well now I can get a massage every week, and now I'm going to take the direct flight instead of the, you know, layover. So you just start spending more money, even if you make more.
So you were your Kona debut was supposed to be when? You had that bad bike crash.
Yeah, Kona debut was supposed to be back in 2019, and then I had this horrific bike crash, broke 3 bones. I really wanted to come anyway, but then reality set in that it wouldn't even be possible to do anything for myself, let alone swim, bike, and run. So yeah, that got delayed. And then we had COVID for a couple years there.
Yep.
It was a long wait. So yeah, last year, it's funny because I've done so many Ironmans, been on many Ironman podiums, but my first Kona was last year.
And yeah, and then when you're like 2019, you have this great year where you get second at Ironman Chattanooga, 70.3 Chattanooga, 7.3 Switzerland, second there, fourth at St. George. You win Germany, where Sarah True came apart in that last half mile, right? Then you win Boulder, and you get second Santa Cruz. So you're coming off this great season, and the world shuts down.
Yes. Yeah, it was like my trajectory was going up, and then we had a pandemic, so it wasn't ideal timing, but it wasn't ideal for anyone really.
No. And about 2021 comeback was great. You won 70.3 Texas, you won you won Chattanooga, and you got second in Florida.
Yeah, it was a solid season. Yeah.
So what are the expectations here?
You know, there are so many amazing women here. I think
it's a great field.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to be able to watch the race. I'm going to be in it. But I think it's going to be really exciting. The expectation, there's no necessary result that I'm expecting, but I'm just expecting to get the very best out of myself. And with this many amazing women, you know, there's the top 10 is just going to be packed with like world champions. You know what I mean?
There's no question.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I just want to go out and have a race that I'm really proud of, and I'll be happy with that.
Love it. Everybody, please give it up for Skye Moench. Skye, you're the best. Poncho Man, take us out.
Good girls swim, good girls fight, and good girls run. Got some breakfast with Bob.
Poncho Man, everybody.